Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending good energy, and blessings to each and every single one of you. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. So, we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. We're talking about some resurrection of the comeback group that is going to be a disaster, you guys. What am I talking about? So I saw on Kimmy's social media this upcoming Wednesday, she says the following post. It says join us Wednesday, March 8th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Stone Event Center for the inaugural Black Business Expo. So it's like a play on Black, the cigar bar and lounge or whatever. And it says a comeback group initiative with quotations, and says a network mixer from 4 to 5 p.m. with local entrepreneurs, a panel discussion beginning at 5:30, and the ongoing showcase of local businesses throughout the event. Reserve your spot today as space is limited. For attendees, to attendance to the event and participation as a vendor, email blackbusexpo@gmail.com. So here's the thing, you guys. Why can't they rebrand? And by rebrand, I mean, not do anything affiliated with the comeback group, right? Like I don't understand whose idea this was. If you want to have a Black Expo, have a Black Expo, right? But when you put the name The Comeback Group, that means that you are trying to, basically say all 6 original cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville are going to be a part of this event. And that's not true. That's not true. Melody Shirishi is on tour. I'm not sure where the allegiance lies as far as everyone else, right? Because remember, Marceau's kind of been iffy on the comeback group, and who knows with Martel, right? Martel will go to the opening of an envelope, so there's that. So with this being said, I don't know if the plan is, okay, if we replace Stormy instead of Melody Cherie, that we're still going to get the same result. But here is the issue. The issue is the comeback group was not about this, right? Wasn't the purpose of the comeback group was for Melody and Martel, Kimmy and Maurice, and Letitia and Marceau to put together a low-income housing for the underrepresented communities in Huntsville, Alabama. And they were going to be working together on construction projects and everything else in the lake. What does that have to do with, trying to invoke the comeback group when you're really doing a Black Expo event? Right? Yes, in theory, the comeback group is technically a Black business, right? But the actual initiative for the business was about low-income housing, right? And it was based off of all 6 people being a part of it. And even though Melody Cherie bought herself out of her portion of the comeback group, you cannot still have comeback group functions without comeback group's Beyonce. Make it make sense. That is like Destiny's Child continuing to go on tour and continuing to perform Destiny's Child's music without Beyonce. Make it make sense, right? That is fine, promoting Black entrepreneurship. I have no problem with that. But what is going to happen is the limited number of people that are going to attend this event, and some of them being fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and some who associate the comeback group with all 6 original cast members and the initiative about doing construction for low-income housing and underrepresented groups in Huntsville, Alabama. This is kind of like, okay, well, what do you mean? This is like, we're showcasing Black entrepreneurs. Like, what? Like, what? And then you're not going to have all 6 people there. So how is it a comeback group initiative if it's not the right initiative as far as what the actual comeback group is about, right? And then not only that, you're really just using the name to showcase other businesses, right? And then I'm assuming the end game is going to be to try to pull in Stormy somehow, because Stormy is up here talking about how she needs hair models and stuff and everything else for this event. Like, I just don't get it, you guys. It's like they refuse to let go of anything associated with Melody Shree. This is as if Melody Shree were to still put out Embrace in 2023, knowing that when we saw Melody Shree working on Embrace, that Martell was still in the picture at the time, that her and Martell were still married. So naturally, people would expect some type of affiliation or coordination or collaboration with Martell, right? This is the same thing, right? It seems as though, there's two things that are happening here, right? One is anything that has been started or that Melody Shree was involved with in some capacity, it seems that the other cast members want to hold on to it forever, even if Melody Shree is not a part of it, but want to market it to their advantage, knowing that it is going to bring attention because people are going to ask questions about Melody Shree. And then the second piece of that is you keep having these events around every time Melody Shree's got something going on. There's been plenty of time where there's been, things where, where the Melody Shree is not announcing a new product line, where Melody Shree is not on tour, where Melody Shree doesn't have her own event of her own, that you could have announced this expo, right? But choosing it in just like a random Wednesday in March, right? It just so happens to coincide with Melody Shree being on tour, right? No coincidence at all, you guys. No coincidence at all. Because you know that Melody Shree's not going to be there, right? But you want the traffic and you want people to discuss the comeback group. But when people think about the comeback group, they think of Melody Shree because everybody was pissed when she chose to back out of the comeback group and buy herself out of that foolishness because they knew that they needed her. Right? They knew that they needed her in order for the comeback group to be successful because they wanted Melody Shree's connections. They wanted Melody Shree's business acumen. They wanted Melody Shree's business relationships that she has cultivated over the years. And they don't have access to that anymore, you guys. But still associating different initiatives with the comeback group is a huge mistake, right? Because it is going to confuse fans. And it is not the same initiative as far as what the original comeback group was supposed to be. So this whole thing where we're still going to use the name of the comeback group, but it's actually going to be completely different now, is not going to cut it. It's going to confuse people. Because not all Love and Marriage Huntsville fans know all the behind the scenes stuff that's taking place and know all the day-to-day stuff that's taking place. So a lot of them are going to show up to this seeing comeback group and expecting to see Melody Shree there and are going to be disappointed. It's literally clickbait, you guys. It's literally clickbait. They should have done away with the comeback group altogether and came up with a name of something else, you guys. Like, if they're so desperate to have Stormy be a part of their new version or their new age comeback group, fine. But name it something else, because it's always going to be associated with Melody Shree, you guys. Just like Destiny's Child's always going to be associated with Beyonce. But the problem is, you cannot have Destiny's Child without Beyonce. You cannot have the comeback group without Melody Shree. So, unfortunately, this is not going to go the way that they are thinking. This is not forward thinking. This is not big picture thinking. This is not big business model. No. All this is doing is causing unnecessary confusion and an unnecessary attachment still to Melody Shree in some capacity. And I hope this better not be a storyline for season 7, you guys. Assuming that the show gets renewed for season 7, right? Because enough is enough. And I know this is going to be another opportunity, right? To have yet another event where everybody in the cast but Melody Shree is there so that they can try to form this narrative that it's Melody Shree's fault, that Melody Shree's being difficult, that Melody Shree wants nothing to do with them, when you're deliberately scheduling events around the times that Melody Shree cannot go to them. Because she's already booked and busy, you guys. But then you name it the comeback group, right? You name it the comeback group initiative. So you already are trying to pull in the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans that know Melody Shree's contribution to the comeback group. And it's a huge mistake, you guys. It is a huge mistake. If you want to, try to promote these Black Expo initiatives, Why are you using the comeback group name? Why couldn't you have come up with something else, especially if you're trying to pull in Stormy, right? And what you fail to realize is Stormy's fan base, a lot of her fan base are not watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's the other thing that is being missed in this whole promo. So it's like, there's just so many wrong things that are taking place here, right? So many wrong things here that are taking place, and it's just unfortunate. We have to let go of the comeback group. When Melody Cherie bought herself out of the comeback group, it should have been dissolved, just like Melody Cherie dissolved all of her businesses with Martell, right? This whole thing of trying to resurrect the comeback group and bring it back to life and try to make it look like everybody is working together and everybody's on good terms and this and that. No. The foundation is not good. The foundation is based off of the fact that Melody Cherie said thanks but no thanks and pulled out of this, right? So you need to start with a new business and a new business model, because this isn't it, you guys. That was not the original initiative of the comeback group. Now, it's one thing if you planned on expanding, right? You planned on expanding, but you don't have to use Melody Cherie's affiliation to do it, because that's what people are going to think. If you wanted to do a whole new initiative where you're showcasing Black businesses and Black entrepreneurship, I don't know, why not come up with something else, right? But when you say comeback group, people are going to think Melody Cherie, right? People are going to think Melody Cherie, and they're going to have a different level of expectation at this event, you guys. So I don't understand who's behind this or whose idea this was to call it a comeback group initiative, but this happened before. I believe there was another attempt at a comeback group initiative, and it didn't go well because it didn't make any sense, right? Because this is what's based off of Melody Cherie's show, was the comeback group, right? Like, you have to let it go. You have to come up with something else, you guys. Just, writing out everything that Melody Cherie has ever been associated with is not the move. It's not the end game. It's not going to garner the results that you're looking for. You have to move on. You have to cut the umbilical cord and move on, right? So there is that. So if you guys have not already, please subscribe to my second channel, Anonymous T Podcast. We are uploading today some very good videos, some very good topics on the lack of diversity that kind of like disappeared, and some other entrepreneurial items that are uploading as we speak. So please do not forget to subscribe to that second channel. I will pin the link in my comments, as well as it's in my description for you as well. Also, thank you so much to my subscribers. Thank you so much for continuing to tune in, continuing to rock with me. To anybody who is new, anybody that's your first time viewing the channel, thank you so much for coming, and please view my old stuff as well. And also, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.